What's going on, guys? It's Johnny here, and today we're going to be discussing why you're not losing weight. Now, this is a sort of new series that I'm going to be starting where if you guys have any questions to do with your fitness or any problems that you've got within the fitness industry that you sort of want me to touch up on, drop a comment down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram. And the question that I got asked a whole heap was actually, how do I lose weight? Also, how do people in general lose weight since they're struggling to lose weight? So the first question that I have straight back to you, since you're here watching this video, is, do you count your calories? This one is extremely important if you're actually serious about dieting down and losing weight. You must count your calories, because calories in versus calories out. If you're eating more than you're burning off, you're just going to keep gaining fat. That's it at the end of the day. No amount of cardio will help you out if you're eating more than you're burning off. That's sort of like rule number one. In saying this though, you do want to maintain a high protein intake. So just because you're eating less calories but you're eating a whole heap of crap, your muscles will start to deteriorate because they're not getting as much protein, they're not getting as much recovery as they actually need. So there is a bit of a difference on quality of calories that you're having and the quantity. So if you're having really crap food all the time, there's still a chance you will be losing fat, because obviously you're burning off more calories and stuff like that. So you'll be losing more fat, but your muscles will start deteriorating along with it because they're not getting the correct nutrients that they need in order to be maintained. In order to actually make it easier for you guys to sort of eat less, because I know a lot of people try to diet, they're eating X amount of food, and they're struggling because they always go over because they're just starving. So the best way to do this is just eat low calorie dense foods, and these will involve your sort of vegetables, fruits, lean meats, sort of like your chicken, your turkey, white fish, keep that in mind, not just any fish, white fish, because as soon as you start having your salmons and stuff, I'm not saying cut out your salmons at all, that's not what I'm saying, because you do need those fatty acids, your body does need them. However, if you're trying to just diet down, then the lowest calorie foods for your protein intake would be your chicken, your turkey, and your white fishes. So having foods that are high in fiber will also help you feel more full throughout the day. They generally are the lower calorie dense foods. So if I was going to give you, say for instance, you all know what a serving of vegetables looks like. You open up your packet of spinach, you've got a bag about this big, you look on the back, it's 2 servings of vegetables. So picture you've got one slice of pizza, which would be probably like the size of your hand. That alone would probably be about 250, 300 calories. That's being generous, that's being nice about it. You've got that much, or you've got this pretty much half a bag of spinach poured on the plate. Which one are you gonna eat and be fuller for longer? So you're going to eat one slice of pizza and you're just going to smash the whole pizza, because you'll trigger yourself instantly. You're not going to be able to control it, even if you sit there and go, oh, I'll only have this one piece. You're lying to yourself. You know you're lying to yourself. Otherwise, you've got this great quantity of food which will fill up your plate. And one of the main things that I found personally is the more I'm eating, the fuller I'm feeling, but not in a sense that like I'm eating more calories. It's just the sort of hand to mouth action. So I could have a really high calorie dense food, but it's a small portion, and I'll eat it and I'll still be starving afterwards because I haven't done much. Whereas if I've got a low calorie dense foods, say I've got a salad there and I'm eating away, and then over time I'm like, man, I'm full, and I've only had about 300 calories. Whereas I could easily put away 1,000 calories pretty easily, as most of you should be able to do. Well, I shouldn't say should, but most of you are probably able to do. Just keep eating. There's also a lot of people that say that you should cut out your carbs. That's a complete lie. It's just selecting which carbs you have and when. For weight loss, you're probably going to want to go with more of a starchy carb. So these are your potatoes, your legumes, and other sort of root, as they all have a sort of low to moderate calorie density to them, so you can get away with eating more of them. Once you've actually cooked your starchy carbs, so say you've boiled them, thrown them in the water and cooked them, now they're holding water which has no calories in it, so you eat that and it will fill you up more because you're having water alongside it, which actually benefits you a lot when it comes to losing weight. And speaking of water, you need to be drinking water a lot. So don't skimp out on your water intake, because water is essential in losing weight as well. So make sure that your fluids are always up and that you're always staying hydrated because it is extremely important. The next thing would be sleep. Sleep is absolutely crucial, and I can't stress enough how important it is. You probably sit there and go, I get enough sleep. Yeah, on your 6 hours of sleep, that is not enough sleep. You want to be pushing about 7.5 hours to about 8 hours, sort of around there somewhere. You can have a bit more. That's probably the optimum position, 7.5 to 8 hours sleep. Honestly, just by sleeping more, counting your calories, making sure that you're burning more than you're consuming, and increasing your water intake, those 3 things alone should be enough for you to start seeing results fairly fast. If your sleep schedule is already terrible and you're overeating and you're not drinking enough water, if you change those 3 things, you will see exceptional results very quickly. So try those 3 out if you're struggling and see how you go, and then you might want to go down more of the dieting track if it's still not working out for you. But those 3 together, you should not have a problem, because that is literally how you lose weight. Another thing that I know a lot of people do when they're counting their calories is they think they're counting their calories, but they're not. So unless you're actually weighing everything out, then you're not counting your calories correctly. Because you can eye something, and believe me, once you measure something out correctly and you look at it compared to what you thought it was, it's a significant difference, like a massive difference. And the one that catches people out the most will be their oils that they use in cooking, because they'll pour it into their salad. Say for instance, you put some olive oil in the salad, mix it around and you eat it. So now you've eaten oil, but did you measure that oil or did you just pour it in? Did you measure it? Ask yourself that. Same as you put butter in the frying pan if you use butter instead of oil. Putting all this butter in the pan, getting it up, throw your eggs in, cook it. How much butter did you use? Can you answer that? So over the course of the day, if you're adding all these things to your cooking, but you're not counting them, you could be 300 calories over or 500 calories over, and you don't know because you've only been counting what's on the packaging and scanning the little barcode on the back. Whereas it is critical for you to be actually measuring everything if you want to count your calories correctly. So that is definitely one of the things that you've got to do, because I used to consume so many more calories by just not counting my oils and the butters, because once I started to actually measure it out and see the quantities that it is, I was like, wow, I've been having excessive calories for no apparent reason. So that is pretty much my take on fat loss, how to do it correctly, and hopefully this did benefit you guys, or at least educate you slightly. Hopefully you learned something that you didn't already know, and if I was able to at least point you in the right direction or teach you something that is somewhat new to you, then don't forget to hit the like button, because then I've done my job technically. So that's what it was for. So if you have anything else in the future that you sort of want me to touch up on from personal experience, like I'm no nutritionist or anything like that, like I'll put that out there. I'm not a nutritionist. I do all this sort of research myself, and it's been paying off a great deal. I've learned a whole heap, and if I can just share my knowledge with you guys to help your fitness journeys out, then by all means, I'm more than willing to do it. So if you have any problems, any questions that you'd like me to touch up on and discuss inside a future video, then go ahead, drop the comment down below. I'll be sure to be reading them all, and if it's a discussion that is worthwhile speaking about, then I'll definitely make a video on it for you. So go ahead, do that right now, drop the comment, I'll answer your questions. And yeah, if you're new around here, don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button for more weekly content, and I will see you all next time.